The streets of LA are becoming a battleground as protesters and cops clash over immigration. Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with the breaking news. Tensions are at a boiling point in LA as cops and protesters go head-to-head over immigration. The situation is escalating quickly, and today we're bringing you the most up-to-date information on what is happening. We'll be discussing the recent clashes between law enforcement and activists, the ongoing debates regarding immigration policies, and how this conflict is shaping the future of our communities. Make sure to stay updated on the latest developments. Let's dive into the details. First, let's look at the events that have led us to this point. Recently, Los Angeles has been a hotbed of activity for those protesting against stricter immigration policies. These demonstrations have gained momentum and have become increasingly vocal in their opposition to what they see as unjust and inhumane treatment of immigrants. In response, law enforcement authorities have taken a hard stance, leading to several confrontations and raising questions about the balance between maintaining public order and respecting the rights of protesters. Let's discuss the key players involved in these clashes. The LAPD, or the Los Angeles Police Department, is the primary law enforcement agency responsible for maintaining order and security within the city of LA. They have faced significant scrutiny over their handling of recent protests and their tactics used in dealing with the crowds. On the other side, we have the protesters. These are individuals or groups that have come together to voice their opposition to certain immigration policies. They've organized marches, rallies, and other forms of demonstrations to make their voices heard. This movement has been largely peaceful, but there have been instances of violence and property damage that have complicated the situation. Now, let's talk about some of the recent incidents that have heightened tensions. One particular incident that has drawn a lot of attention is a mention of specific incident, e.g., a large-scale protest or a violent clash. This event raised concerns about the level of force used by law enforcement and the right to protest. It also sparked widespread discussions about police brutality and racial profiling, which have been major points of contention in LA and many other cities across the nation. To understand the perspectives of both sides, it's important to consider their arguments. The LAPD has maintained that they are committed to upholding the law and ensuring the safety of all individuals within the city. They argue that their actions are necessary to prevent violence, protect public property, and maintain order during the protests. On the other hand, the protesters believe that their actions are justified in their opposition to unjust immigration policies. They argue that their right to free speech and assembly is being violated, and that the police response is excessive and disproportionate. This conflict has sparked a broader conversation about police brutality and racial profiling. Critics of the LAPD argue that the department has a history of misconduct, and that these incidents are part of a larger pattern of excessive force and discrimination. They call for greater accountability, transparency, and reform within the department to address these issues. Supporters of the LAPD, on the other hand, argue that officers are simply trying to do their jobs and uphold the law. They maintain that the police response is appropriate given the circumstances, and that the officers should not be second-guessed or defunded. The impact of these clashes goes beyond the immediate consequences for the individuals involved. It reflects a larger societal debate about immigration policies, law enforcement practices, and the balance between order and dissent. The tensions in LA highlight the deep divisions and complexities surrounding these issues, and the challenges of finding common ground in an increasingly polarized political climate. As the situation continues to develop, it's crucial to stay informed and engage in constructive dialogue. Here are a few ways you can stay updated on the latest developments. Follow reputable news sources that provide unbiased coverage of the events in LA. Look for sources that offer diverse perspectives and fact-checked information to get a comprehensive understanding of the situation. Additionally, you can engage with local community organizations and activist groups to learn about their perspectives and initiatives. These groups often have first-hand knowledge of the issues and are actively working to address them. By staying informed and engaging in thoughtful discussions, we can better understand the complexities of this issue and work towards finding common ground and solutions that benefit our communities. Now, let's move on to the next section. If you're interested in exploring different viewpoints on this topic, check out the links in the description below. You'll find resources that offer diverse perspectives and allow you to delve deeper into the complexities of immigration policies, law enforcement practices, and the role of activism in shaping social change. Take this opportunity to broaden your understanding and engage in respectful conversations with those who hold different opinions. Remember, it's important to consider multiple viewpoints to form a well-rounded perspective on this and other important issues. Next, I want to hear from you. How do you think the LAPD should handle these protests? Do you think their tactics are appropriate? Or do you feel that they are using excessive force? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Your voice matters, and this is a great way to engage in the conversation. Don't forget to like and share this video if you found it informative, or if you think it would help someone else better understand this situation in LA. Your engagement helps spread awareness and encourages others to stay informed. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our latest videos. We cover a range of topics, and your support helps us continue delivering quality content. Alright, now let's move on to the next segment. We'll continue discussing the immigration debate. But first, let me share a quote that resonates with me. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Martin Luther King Jr. I find this quote inspiring because it reminds me that true character is revealed when facing difficulties, and standing up for one's beliefs is more important than just conforming to popular opinion. It also reminds us to examine our own positions and actions during challenging times. Now, let's get back to our discussion on the immigration debate. Please remember to stay on topic when sharing your thoughts in the comments. Your participation helps foster meaningful discussions and keeps the conversation focused. Let's work together to create a respectful and productive online community. I mentioned earlier that the LAPD has faced criticism for their handling of the protests. Now I want to elaborate on that. The actions of law enforcement during these demonstrations have been under intense scrutiny and have sparked outrage among many in the community. Critics argue that the use of force by the LAPD has been excessive and disproportionate, resulting in the injury or arrest of numerous protesters who were participating in the demonstrations. One particular incident that drew widespread condemnation was the mention of a specific incident, e.g., the use of tear gas or rubber bullets. Protesters and their supporters argue that such tactics are unjustified and serve to escalate tensions rather than maintain order. Furthermore, allegations of racial profiling have surfaced, with many claiming that the LAPD is unfairly targeting people of color who are predominantly Latino in this case, based on their appearance or association with protest activities. Such claims raise concerns about the department's commitment to equal protection under the law and its practices regarding racial sensitivity and bias. The criticism of the LAPD extends to their overall approach to policing the demonstrations. Some argue that the heavy-handed tactics employed by law enforcement contribute to a climate of fear and discourage the exercise of First Amendment rights. This heavy-handed approach has the potential to undermine trust between law enforcement and the communities they serve, making it more difficult to address the underlying issues that sparked the protests in the first place. Moreover, the prolonged and intense nature of these clashes have raised concerns about the sustainability of the current situation. The continued cycle of violence, destruction of property, and economic disruption takes a toll on the entire community, hindering progress and exacerbating tensions. It is crucial to find ways to de-escalate the situation and promote dialogue to prevent further division and harm. If you're looking for additional resources to learn more about this topic, check out the links in the description below. You'll find articles, reports, and studies that provide in-depth analysis of the LAPD's role in these protests and the broader context of law enforcement and racial profiling. Engaging with these resources can help you gain a deeper understanding of the issues at play and the challenges involved in addressing them. Remember, staying informed and educated is essential when navigating complex social issues like these. So what can you do to make a difference? Consider supporting organizations that advocate for police accountability and criminal trials for corrupt officers. Your support can help ensure that justice is served and that those responsible for misconduct are held accountable. And finally, let's talk about the role of media in shaping public perception of these events. The way the clashes between the LAPD and activists are portrayed in the media can significantly influence public opinion and understanding of the situation. It is important to consume media content from diverse sources to get a balanced perspective and avoid echo chambers that reinforce biases. By being media literate and seeking out multiple viewpoints, we can better navigate the complexities of these issues and form our own informed opinions. Thank you for joining me in this important conversation. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Your support means a lot to us and helps us continue delivering quality content on various social issues. Additionally, if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. By doing so, you'll stay updated on our latest videos and be notified as soon as they are released. We would love to have you as part of our community. Once again, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.